What's up, y'all? What's up? This your boy Coach Marshall from the More Than the Coach podcast. And tonight is gonna be a special night, y'all. I got a special guest coming on tonight, y'all. When he get in, you guys gonna enjoy the night. You should be moved by the night. You should get some blessings, some uplifting, because I believe this man of God gonna give us some good encouragement and some positive words. That's right, on the More Than the Coach podcast, I go to that level too. But tonight, before I go there, I want to thank my sponsors, Just Beautifully Just Being Me Hair and Beard Oil Products by Miss Joya Marshall, Media D, and Baldwin Multimedia Group, as well as the FOH family. Hey, I appreciate all the sponsorship and all the support, y'all. So tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a brief introduction of the guy that we got coming on here tonight, y'all. Pastor Elvin Owens. Hey, Pastor Owens, y'all, is a husband to lovely anointed Tangi Owens. He's a father of three gifted children. He's also can be identified as a compassionate, energetic, motivational, and enthusiastic, giving, devoted, and more. Pastor is highly anointed and powerful vessel who has a personality and experience a life changing, miraculous power of the true and the living God. In May of 2016, Pastor Owens came up with a crazy idea. He decided to ride a stationary exercise bike for 5 days, 5 hours a day, for a month in May, to raise 15,000 to purchase a church van. 8 days into the month of May, a local pastor contacted Pastor Owens and gave him a brand new church van. Only God, y'all. Only God. To be the glory, God to be the glory. That event gave birth to Faith Over Fear movement that is rapidly sweeping the region. And trust me, when he say it, it's powerful. So, Pastor was born here in Saginaw, but raised in Flint. Pastor was called to the ministry and licensed in 2005, and in 2015, Pastor Owens obeyed the voice of the Lord, moved out of the faith, moved out on faith, and founded From the Heart Ministries. There it is right there on the screen. Experiencing phenomenal growth, his ministry has expanded from its original location to its current location in Bridgeport, Michigan. Pastor was anointed Southwest Fifth Jurisdiction Youth President by Bishop Don W. Shelby Jr. in February 2017. And after 5 years of working in this office, Pastor Owens decided to resign to focus more on community outreach. And he does a great job with it, everyone. He's currently the new appointed president of the annual Saginaw Gospel Fest. Um, Humble, much sought after, holiness preacher who operates within fivefold ministries and gifts of the Spirit. Pastor Owens has a ministry and conferences. He has ministered in conferences, revivals, seminars, workshops across the state. This man, the guy, y'all, he gonna bring a powerful word. We gonna sit and we gonna talk. We gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna ask him some questions, and I know he gonna give us 100% truth. Soon as he get in, I'm gonna bring him on so we can get the podcast going. But just so before we get on, y'all, I just had to let y'all know that you know more than the coach podcast, we touch on more than just sports, life, and things like that. I'm also reach and touch some different ways and different avenues as y'all will see coming up in the next few months. I got some different things out on the board, as far as podcasting. We're taking it on the road. We got some places we're gonna be going and attending, and you guys should get it, and you guys should enjoy it. Um, I just want to say, once again, I thank all my listeners, my supporters, and I just got a message, so he should be getting ready to come on here shortly. And when he come in, we're gonna welcome our pastor, our friend, my brother. He's a LA Laker man. So I gotta give him big ups on that. But we're gonna get him right. So we want y'all to enjoy tonight's show, y'all. And hopefully something that's said tonight moves you, motivates you, heals you, and just touch you in a way that you might not have thought listening to the More Than the Coach podcast tonight. Um, so with that being said, we're just waiting for my guests, y'all. And I will say this too. It's also the countdown. 2 days, July 8th, your boy turned 53. So with that being said, y'all, the man of the hour has just joined the podcast. And everybody wants y'all to give it up to my friend, my brother, Pastor Elvin Owens. How you doing, sir?
Man, what's going on, my brother, man? All is well. How are you doing, Coach?
Man,
Coach!
man, I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed.
Man,
Mm,
I
yeah,
feel good to be on the show tonight, man. I'm honored, my brother.
man, it's an honor to have you.
Wow,
It
man.
is.
God bless you, man. God bless you.
Man, I was just breaking down and broke down the bio of you, man. And I'm gonna tell you something that really it touched me, man, when you talked about the raising the money for a van.
Wow. Oh,
And
yeah.
man, I never heard that done before, man, and that's powerful.
Man, at that time of that season, I asked God to give me a creative idea.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a creative idea. And also, not only creative, but give me an idea that will be so out the box that it will blow not just my mind, but other people's minds away.
Yeah.
And he gave me that. And that's where the faith over fear movement started.
Yes. Yes. And I talked about that too. Faith
Wow.
over fear.
Yes,
Powerful.
sir. Yes,
Powerful.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's cool, man. So how is the family doing?
Man, we doing well, man. We doing well. We just finished, man, coming off a vacation. Man, we was over
Yeah.
there at the Nassau, Bahamas, man. My
Okay.
wife's 40th birthday, and she wanted to celebrate it over there in the Bahamas. So listen, I wasn't listen. I was saying I'm down for it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
down for it. So we had a great time, man. God blessed us. Got a chance to meet some incredible people, man, and it was a blessing, man. Seriously, it was.
That's good, man. Hey,
Yes,
ain't nothing
sir.
wrong. I know I'm planning that towards me and my wife's next anniversary. I got to be over
Uh,
across the water. I don't
awesome,
know
man.
where we're gonna
Yes.
go, but we got to go somewhere.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir. It's always a blessing to travel, man.
hmm I know we'll start out tonight. Let's start out tonight talking about you've been promoted to the president of the Gospel Fest. You want to talk touch bases a little bit about that? I got it
Oh
up on
man.
the screen so
Oh
people
wow.
can see.
Thank you, man. Listen, man. Yes, man. I was honored. Vicky Hill and her team, her amazing staff. I wasn't even. That wasn't even on the radar for me.
Okay.
As far as me, I didn't. I wasn't thinking about being no president of the Gospel Fest. But she set me up, man. She set me up with a. She was like, "Hey, Pastor Owens, I want to talk to you, and I want you to meet me out at Applebee's, and I want to talk to you about something." So I was like, "All right, no problem." So she's talking and everything like that, and what is the importance of the Gospel Fest to you? What would you think if we like decided to go like do away with it and things like that? And I'm
Mm,
like, oh no, we can't do away with it because it's something positive in our city. You know what I mean? Especially
yeah,
spreading the gospel
yeah.
of Jesus Christ and to spread his power and his word. And then also it's one of the great events that we have here in Saginaw.
Mm,
We try to keep those great events going year after
that's,
year. You know what I mean? And she was like, well, I've been thinking about doing something different, and also I've been thinking about turning it over to somebody else. I've been watching this person, and I think they would be a good candidate for to be the president. And I was like, whoever it is, I said I'm still gonna help or whatever and all that. She was like, yeah, so we decided, and we voted for you. I said I'm sorry.
right.
She said, yeah, she said, I've been watching you for the last 5 years. She says, you've been consistent in the community. And she said, people love you and you love people. Also, you love the youth. And I think you will be a great person to take the Gospel Fest to the next level.
Oh
And
man.
man, can I be honest with you, Coach?
Yeah.
Your boy cried.
Wow. Hey, I ain't mad at you.
Man, I was like, I'm talking about from a kid watching this.
Yeah.
And now to be one of the leaders, the leading leaders of this, man, come on.
That's powerful.
You know, so I was humbled, man, and honored. And I said, yes, with the help of God, man, first and foremost, with the help of God to give me strength to not only be a leader for this Gospel Fest, but also to take it higher to the way, you know, what God will want me to do. You know what I mean? And things like that. So
that's right. I think it's gonna be something powerful, man.
Wow, man.
It's like you said, we got a lot of positive events going on in our city.
Yes.
You know, even though we might have had some negative stuff, you know, especially recently.
Yeah.
But I believe the positive outweigh all that bad we having. And with your event, the Gospel Fest, you know, the comedy shows that's been coming.
Oh, yes.
The
Yes.
kickball game.
Yes.
You know, little things like that, man, just showing people that Saginaw still has a lot of positive people here doing positive things. So, and I mean, my day already booked, starting with the Gospel Fest. Then we're gonna go support Twan and
yes,
you know, and hey, and then can't wait. I'm not gonna play in the kickball game. I was gonna try to go represent. I'm gonna go cheer us on, but I don't think these old legs gonna run around the base.
Hey, coach, you do what you do best, coach.
Man, for real, from the side, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun.
Man.
You know, I wanted to ask, whatever happened to you and Marlo Dunn's show, man? I used to tune in every Monday night, man.
Man,
that
my
was
goodness,
beautiful, man.
Man, the Talking True show, man. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Marlo. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So we started it back up to you know, to get it back going and things like that. And we had so many people reaching out to us, like, you know, y'all got to do the Talking True show, man. It was a hit and things like that. And well, you know, life happens. You know what I mean? When the pandemic happened, you know, that slowed up some things. Yeah. But we was always still in me and Marlo was into, you know, continue talking about bringing it back and things like that. Well, you know, as far as scheduling with our jobs, and then my boy Marlo, he just had a new baby. You know, him and his wife, I said, man, you gonna need time to be with that newborn. Yeah. So if the Lord's will, man, we hopefully, man, we can bring it back, man, and get it back to where it was, man. Because even now, man, when we go places, people still ask me about the Talking True show and how successful it was, man, and it was fun. You know, we kind of bounced off of each other's energy. You know what I mean? And it turned out to be a great success, man. So yeah, keep us in your prayers, man. We hope to bring it back and give the people what they want.
Oh yeah, because I don't need to see little Tink again.
Yeah.
I ain't forgot, man.
Man, we had some funny, man. People would send us, people be like, even now, people will still send me funny videos.
Wow.
Even not, coach, people still send me funny videos and things like that. And sometimes, you know, I keep it, you know, I'm like this, you know, I'm even though I know I'm a pastor, and I get to that in a minute. Even though I'm a pastor, I learned how to be myself, even being a pastor.
Yes.
Because a lot of years, watch this, coach. A lot of years, I was so caught up trying to be something. Here it is, something that I'm not to please people.
That's deep.
So I would act a certain way because I'm a pastor and people want to hear me sound like this, but I can't go to Consumer Powers and say, I got $20. They're gonna say, all right, sir, that's good. We still need that $150.
That's right.
So you get what I'm saying?
No, that's
yeah. So I've learned to be myself because I know one thing. This one thing I do know: God will bless the authentic you. God will bless the authentic you. God will bless the authentic you. So, and I believe the reason why a lot of people can't get the blessings that they want, Lord, oh God, now I'm preaching.
No, this what I.
You would say? Go ahead.
I said I warned the guests. They
I,
need to.
I believe the reason why a lot of people are not receiving the blessings that they need and the desires of their heart is because they're trying to be like somebody else.
That's true.
God wants to bless you,
Mm,
not you being like them.
yes.
Because if I'm being like them, then that means I'm a copycat. I got to
Mm,
be an actor.
that's right. That's
And,
right.
and God specializes in blessing people of them being themselves.
That's
So yeah, coach. So
yeah.
that's
No,
that's how that's
hey, this is why I wanted you on the show, man.
wow,
We
man.
talk about
Wow.
some stuff, but I knew you were gonna be authentic. You were gonna be real, and that's what. Even when I first met you, that's what it was. I was like, huh, that's a pastor, because
Yep.
you were yourself,
Yeah.
And then watching you, talk smack with guys about the Lakers, our Lakers,
Yes, our Lakers, man.
our
Ooh.
Lakers. You
Woo.
see the color still purple on there,
Yeah,
you know.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see it. Yes,
Uh-huh.
still represent for us.
Still represent, So I just looked at that and I'm like, man, because besides yourself, I can honestly count on this hand how many men, and it's me being, open and honest
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you,
yeah.
by the claw, that I really respect, because
Wow.
you're genuine,
Wow.
and you one of those brothers that I respect, Pastor. So it was an honor to get you on the show when we talked,
Wow, man.
man. You
This
know,
is an honor, man. I appreciate you, man, from the
real.
bottom of my heart, bro.
Yes,
For
sir. Yes, sir. So with that, I'll lead to ask you, who is one of the most inspirational persons in your life?
who is the most inspirational persons in my life? That is an awesome question.
Hmm.
Inspirational persons in my life. Um, well, I'm gonna say well was when he was here. My grandfather.
Yes.
Um, the way he displayed strength
Mm.
in seasons where he should have gave up.
Mm. Ooh, that's powerful.
So when I saw that gave me a key to say, even when you don't feel like
Mm.
do it anyways.
Yes.
And to watch him, man, be the man of God that he was and continue to be faithful to God and to hang on to his
Mm.
faith and to hang on and to trust and to still yet take care of his family despite of. I truly believe that's being successful,
Yeah.
coach.
Yes.
People can have a whole bunch of cars and fine clothes and money in the bank, but I believe that the key to success is being consistent.
That's true.
The key to success is being consistent. Nowadays, kids, as soon as they do a little, you know how it is, they do a little highlight. Yeah, man, I'm the GOAT.
Yeah,
You
it
you
is.
want you won one game.
That's it.
You got to be consistent. You got to continue to do that same thing you did to win that first game and do it day after day. So
And
I truly believe that my grandfather was
mm,
just one of the top ones that was very inspirational to me to being the man that I am.
yes. And and I, by even having your cousin around me for since he was probably in the third grade, Derek Washington.
Uh,
Oh, he spoke highly of
oh
my
yeah,
granddad, man, and just to see his home going with y'all family, man, it was real
it was
powerful.
powerful.
It
It
was
was
powerful,
powerful, man. Thank you, man.
especially see a bunch of young brothers
Yeah,
praising, and you can see the impact he left on y'all. You
yeah,
know,
he did, man. He did,
you know.
and man, you can't. You know how the Bible says, "Train up a child the way he should go." And
Hmm.
when he get old, he won't depart. That's what that messes with me. Like when I want to do me,
Hmm.
I remember of what was.
That's true.
Like, okay, I know this is what I want to do, but God, what you want? What do you want me to do? What do you have? What desires do you have for me to do? Because I can have my. God has some desires and purpose that we have to do for
Mm,
Him.
yes, man. Woo. This is why I wanted you, man.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Word.
This is an honor,
Mm,
man. I was telling all my friends, I was like, man, make sure y'all watch it tonight. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be good. I'm with Coach. I'm with Coach.
no, I'm with Pastor. Real. Even though we bump into each other almost every other morning at the
Man,
gas
yes we do, man.
on our way to work, it's a sign, man. And it just kept telling me, get him on the podcast.
Wow, man.
You know, and
Thank
I
you again,
listen.
man. Yes, sir.
I mean, I know I'm still being worked on, but at the same time, when he talk, I listen.
That's it.
I
That's it, man.
listen.
That's it.
Move when he say move.
Yep, that's it, coach. That's
Yeah.
it, coach. And that's it. Like you just said, you said when he speaks, you listen and you move when he tell you to move. That's where the blessings come in at, man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? No matter how fast somebody else is moving, as
Mm.
long as you're doing it the way you're supposed to do it in your own lane.
That's right. That's
There
right.
will be no traffic jams in your lane because can't nobody do it like you.
That, appreciate that. That's
Yes, sir.
true. Yes. Woo. Okay. I'm saving this juicy question that I got
Hmm.
for you later because I know you're gonna give it to me real as you can.
Hmm.
But the next thing I wanted to ask you. So when was the time you knew that God was moving you to go into ministry? You know, or you always, you know, since you were young, or is it a certain time that God said, "Hey, it's time now, Elvin"? It's time.
Man, I used to play in a band called CP2. Yes, sir. They was called the Crowd Pleasers at one time.
Okay, the
And
crowd.
I played with them, man. It was Mark Bryan was the one who gave me my shot, man. I used to travel with a band before before I got married, and I
Okay.
traveled all over, and I traveled up north. Almost had a chance to travel overseas.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Um, but no, man. You couldn't. When I was a teenager, man, they preaching. First of all, giving your life to God wasn't even in
Mm.
the. I wanted to be an R&B singer. I'm gonna go ahead
Okay.
and be honest. Coach, we were trying to be. We were trying to be Boys to Man. That
Okay.
was the goal. We seeing Boys to Man. We seeing all these groups. I said, oh yeah, it's our time, man. But you know, when you grow up in a family that have church background and
Yes.
and in my case, um, on my grandfather's side, on my father's side, his dad was a pastor, and on my mother's side, her dad was a pastor.
Oh,
So
so it was meant.
listen, man, and I tried my best, coach. I'm serious, and I knew God was calling me, but I didn't know He was calling me to this.
Okay.
And see, this is what a lot of people don't know about me. I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
I I wasn't the one to be like, God, pick me. I want to be a preacher. I want to be in lights. I want to be in the platform. No, man, this light right here gets difficult sometimes
Mm.
because I have to keep going when I don't feel like keep going.
Yes.
Some
Yeah.
days I don't. Sometimes some days I don't want to pray.
Yeah.
Some days I don't want to give an inspirational word because I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bible says that His grace is sufficient.
Yes.
Is sufficient. If His grace is sufficient for me, His grace is sufficient for you.
Mm.
So I didn't, man, it was in 2004 after I got married.
Okay.
After I got married, I just, I ended up leaving the band. I knew I wanted to do something different, but I didn't know I was going to be preaching, man.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, man, I felt that I was unworthy. I'm like, Pat, I was telling my grandfather at the time, like, you got all these other preachers and stuff and things like that. You know what I mean? And, he was like, whatever God has for you, He gonna show you. And I'm
Mm.
like, I ain't, I ain't, I ain't really trying to hear that. Um, so I'm gonna tell you it's weird. I gotta tell you the story. Cause I said, so I gave my life to the Lord and everything like that, living for God and everything like that. And not thinking about being a preacher. That wasn't even in my mindset.
Mm.
So, but I knew He was called. I just didn't know what call it was.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know how you be knowing there's something more to do, but you just can't put your hand on it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was dealing with. So one day I was working in this plant, and we had this garage open. Now this is weird. This is what I did, you know. And I was like, man, God, I don't think you're calling me to the ministry. And, I tested him, and
Mm.
if you test God, I guarantee you He'll show you how to answer a
Mm.
test.
That's right. He can
I
show
was
you
like,
what to.
so I'm standing there and I seen this bird. So something out the just crazy. I was like, God, if you want me to, if you calling me into the ministry, I dare you to tell that bird to go out, come back, go out, and come back, right? Just something wild. So I'm working. Say the bird go out, right? I was like,
Um,
see, man, God ain't calling me no ministry. I already know. The bird came back, sat on the same spot. I said,
uh-oh.
that's just a coincidence. Still working, still working. The bird went out. The bird came back. And I said, I know. And I'm saying to myself, I know this, yeah, right. This is weird. This is weird. Now I'm second guessing myself. Now
Yeah.
I didn't say something to God. Now I didn't
Mhm.
second guess myself. Coach, the bird went out the third time, came back, and stayed on that ledge until it was time for me to go to lunch.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
So me, okay. So I was like, that's a coincidence. Hey, he didn't show himself. He didn't show himself. I didn't say some crazy stuff, so he didn't
Mhm.
show himself. So me and the wife at that time we goes to Detroit, um, to a to an all night concert. I'll never forget it.
Mm.
And this preacher got up. His name was Jonathan Dunn. You can look him up right now. His name is Jonathan Dunn. He out of Ohio. And the spirit of the Lord was strong in the room, man. And the worship was going strong. He said, "There's a young man in here." He said, "You know who you are." He
Uh-oh.
said, "You're not even from this city, but you're questioning if God is calling you to the ministry. I come to let you know that God has a calling on your life and he's going to use you like ever before. People are not going to believe that you are called, but God going to show them through your testimony and your faith that I am the God of flesh. I am the God that can take the dumb things to confine the wise." Man, let me tell you something. I cried out so strong and so hard. I knew then. I said, this
Mhm.
is a mess. A week later, I told my grandfather, I said, the Lord is calling me into the ministry. He said, I know he did because I prayed for this.
Whoa.
He said,
That's
I was waiting for you to accept the call.
ooh.
He said, I prayed for this. I was waiting on you to accept the call. See, this is the thing. Sometimes people want it for you, but you got to want it for yourself as well.
That's true.
You can be successful, but you got to see the greatness inside of you as well.
Mm.
And see, at the time, I didn't see greatness. I saw failure.
Mm-hmm.
And God had to change my point of view on how I looked at myself.
Yes.
So when I look in the mirror now, coach, I don't see that old Elvin. I see
Mm-hmm.
faith over fear.
That's right.
I see that things can get better. I see that no matter how the world or how things may come, his grace is sufficient. His power will trump anything that I'm going through.
Mm.
Yeah,
Man.
man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man. So I hope everybody that heard that. Man.
Yeah, man. That's how it happened for me. And I went to seminary school up under the denomination that I'm in and everything like that, and took classes and courses and things like that, and being up under the leadership of my grandfather. I see, and people don't know this. I was an assistant pastor for 10 years before anybody knew my name.
Say what?
I was an assistant pastor for 10 years before anybody even knew me. So people be like, man, how did you make it look so easy? It ain't that. It's just the fact that I had training with seasoned people
Mm-hmm.
before I got to this where I'm at.
Yes.
I mean, I went through some things, man. Shut up. You too young. You don't know what you're doing. You ain't ready yet. But guess what, coach? When you stay consistent in God, the same people that say you ain't ready, now
Mm-hmm.
they calling me. Could you come by and preach for us?
Ain't that something?
Can,
Ooh-wee.
can you come by and do the funeral? Can you come by and do the christening? Can you marry the people that didn't? Now the people that didn't believe me need me now. That's why. Watch this. That's why you don't fight back with words.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says, "Vengeance is mine," says the Lord.
Yes.
And that's not so much of somebody God smiting them down or killing them. No, God going to allow them to watch
Hmm. Yes.
you win when they said you wasn't gonna win.
Oh yes. Speak, Pastor.
Yes, sir. They gotta watch you be successful. Don't block no. That's why I don't block people. No, you gotta watch. You gotta see this work. No,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta see. You gotta see what the lie that you said,
Mm-hmm.
because God gonna show you that He's the author and the finisher of our faith.
Man,
Yeah, yeah.
man. You don't understand. I'm talking about listeners needed this, but you don't understand how much I needed this.
Wow,
You know,
wow.
that's
Man.
why I was meant to have this, and I appreciate it. Wow,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that's powerful. Woo. Yeah, I told everybody he was gonna get a blessing tonight.
Wow, man.
Oh,
Thank you so much, man.
yes, yes. So just the Faith Over Fear ministry, man.
Uh huh.
Um, I know you talked about community outreach. You did some things like had socks drive, coat
Yeah.
drives, tennis shoe drives.
Yeah.
You know, I
That's
remember
right.
I donated a pair of Kobe's to you,
Yes, you did, man.
kids, man.
I remember the kid that got him. He was, "These Kobe's." Yes, sir.
That's
They
all right.
free. Yeah.
Because you should have seen my players like, Coach, what a box of Kobe's that was on the shelf. I said, man, some kid been blessed with them.
That's it.
You know, I said we had to be a blessing to somebody else.
That's
You
it.
know? And it was funny because they were giving to me.
Wow.
And it was so ironic. No kid wore their size for a whole year. So they were sitting
Wow.
on my shelf. And I seen your post about it. I said, I got the perfect shoe. And
Wow.
we met
Wow.
up and made that happen, man. So, I just wanted, elaborate a little bit more about your community outreach programs that you have so people understand, and when they hear about them, they can come out and support you more on them.
Yeah, man. And I'm glad you brought that up, man. We're actually going to do the shoe drive again because
Okay.
of how successful it
Mm.
was last year, Coach. And I know you can testify to this, man. To to bless kids that don't get a chance to have brand new shoes. You know how that feel. You know how
Mhm.
that make you feel to have some clean,
Man.
brand new kicks to go back to school.
Yeah. They go back to school
To
now.
go back to school, man. That's a blessing in itself, man. So we're actually getting I'm getting all the information ready, and it's going to start again in August 1st, and we're going to go all the way until the second week in September. We're going to do the tennis shoe drive, the shoe drive, brand new tennis shoes for kindergarten all the way up to the 12th grade,
Okay.
to bless these young people, man, because everybody don't have it, and if you don't have it, the money to get your kids some brand new shoes, you know what I mean. It's okay. That's why God
Mhm.
give us ideas that He gives, like to me, to do this for the community. You know
Exactly.
what I mean. I remember a time when I didn't have brand new shoes. I had my cousins.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Y'all, these still
Right.
good, bro. Go ahead. You know what I mean? But we was happy.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We was happy. So yeah, man. We're getting back to the shoe drive. It's a couple of things that God is working through of other organizations, man, that I reached out to. And I was surprised, man, from last year's support, man. The Frankie Move Federal. What's that other? Um, it's a big name. What is that called? I can't think of it right now. But
Okay.
it was so many organizations. CAC, man, the churches around here, Dr. Hayes, Pastor Coleman, Pastor Keels from Flint, Michigan, even people out of Lansing, Michigan, supported. I don't want to start calling names because I know I missed
Oh,
somebody. But just to see the overall support, man, I was
yeah.
like, you know what, we're gonna keep this going.
Yeah, that's something positive. Well, you can count me in too again. And
Thank you,
next year
man.
I'm gonna up that ante and do
Thank
one
you.
for a boy and one for a girl this year.
Wow, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Every little bit counts, man. You know what I
Oh,
mean? To
I'm
make it
coming
successful.
helping kids. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
got into this coaching thing, and
Yep.
that's why the podcast is called More Than a Coach, because
That's
we
it.
do more than coach.
That's it, man. That's it, man.
That's for real. So before I get ready to get you out of here, because I
Uh,
don't want to take up too much of your time, I know we got work in the morning.
yeah, man. You know
So
that don't stop, don't it?
that
Whew.
don't stop no matter what. But I'm doing this new series coming up. Where I'm gonna be dealing with different black men, and you'll get another invite to that.
Okay.
No, we're gonna be doing it live on remote here in Saginaw and
Okay.
everything. The first one I have starts July 16th at
Okay.
Legendary Cuts Barbershop. So one of the questions that I wanted to ask, and by you being a pastor, I know this probably will hit home because you probably don't see this enough. But the question is why don't many of our black men go to church anymore?
Because Lord, I gotta watch my wording.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put it like this. A lot of black men don't go to church anymore. It's because they're not moved by emotion.
Hmm.
And a lot of our churches, if we don't have the strong biblical teaching and
Mm-hmm.
structure of the Word of God, instead of here it is, a lot of the theatrical
Mm-hmm.
moved. We're not moved by that. You
Okay.
you you know what I mean?
Yes.
And also, we watch this. Here you go, coach. Sometimes, and I tell this to, Lord, I tell this to my church members, especially the single women. Don't you go back home, Thomas. Pastor said, don't. I don't want that. I don't want that heat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do. Well, the pastor said, no. We need we don't put say because that'll be an argument within an argument.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Well, maybe you need to do this because no, don't you go home and say that. I'm gonna say this real quick, to actually elaborate on the answer of your question. I remember a young man because I had a club called the Gentlemen's Club that I had going on a while back, and that started at my grandfather's church when I was going to his church. And I said the Gentlemen's Club is going to be set up to teach young men how to be men,
Yes.
and we want everybody that can to get your brothers and your uncles and your fathers to be a part of this. One young man went home and told his daddy, yeah. At that time, I wasn't a pastor; I was a minister. Minister Owens said, Dad, that he gonna teach me how to be a man. The dad heard Minister Owens trying to be my son's dad. My man came back. My man came to the church. I said, hey, what's going on, brother? No. You trying to tell me that I can't teach my son how to be a man? I said, whoa, no, I never. Where was this? My son said that you got a gentleman's club and you gonna teach him how to be a man. I said, no, that's one of the things that we're going to help young men, young brothers growing up to be young
Yeah.
men. And I said, I would love for you to help me
Mm-hmm.
to make this a success.
Exactly.
He was like, so I ain't really I don't do the church thing. I said, I don't need for you to do the church thing. I just need you to do the man thing.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I truly believe that it's us that are teaching and leaders that will teach from a standpoint of a man.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we can win our brothers.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's,
Thank God for the brothers that I have here. You know what I mean? Even they're older than me, but they respect me enough because of who I am and my position. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons, because it's too emotional. You know what I mean? It's too emotional because women are emotional. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're not going to be moved off that jumping and that. Some brothers don't shout.
Mm-hmm.
Some brothers don't holler. Some brothers just, they have their own way. And I believe as preachers, if we teach them, hey, you be you be yourself.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do it this way. Just because one do it one way, you ain't got to. Everybody ain't like Busta Rhymes.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Busta Rhymes, you know what I mean? All in the camera and all that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what? Q-Tip, he do his thing. You know what I mean? I'm bringing up them old, I bring up the old school rappers. That's where I'm from.
Hey, that's the real rap.
Yeah, with some substance.
That's
So
right.
I just truly believe if we could do that, um, coach, to from that standpoint, we'll win the brothers and the men to come back to church and have something also for them.
Yeah.
Also for them to embrace them, because we got a lot of women's stuff going on in church. The women's departments, the women's day, the women's conference, and things like that. You know what I mean? Like a
Hmm.
man sharpening man's, or a kickback for the brothers. You know, we just chilling or whatever. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
have to make it. We have to make it attractive for the men to be a part. For the men to be a part of the ministry.
Yeah. I like that. Man, that's a powerful way to end the night too, right there.
Wow, man, thank you so much.
Because
Just
I mean,
being honest, you know what I mean? I ain't
no,
trying to,
that's
just being myself, just things that I have observed through the years and things like that, you know what I mean? So yeah.
yeah. So on that note, though, is there anything you would like to leave the listeners with tonight from you?
Uh all I would like to say is stay the course.
Hmm.
Stay in your purpose plan.
Yes.
Just because it don't look like just because it doesn't look like everybody else's, you still have a purpose, you still have a plan. God has something in store for you. Do your best to keep focus on the plan that God has for you instead of looking at everybody else's. Because
Mm.
sometimes looking at everybody else's, you may feel that you're behind schedule and you're
Hmm.
not.
That's true.
Everybody has an assigned timing for their destiny or for their blessing.
Yes.
So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged in your process. Continue to keep going. Remember the story about the turtle and the hare.
Yep.
Remember the hare. He took a nap.
Hmm.
He felt that, you know what I mean, I'm fast. I'm quick.
Hmm.
You know what I mean. He ain't gonna never catch up with me, coach.
Hmm.
It's a
That's what he
wrap.
said. That's what he said.
Man, he went to sleep. See, and this is where we mess up at. We may sleep too long
Hmm.
when it's time for us to get long, and then all of a sudden, the very person that we thought that wasn't gonna catch up to us now, the race is over.
It's over.
So stay the course. If you feel like throwing in the towel, take a break. It's
That's
okay to
right.
take a break, but get back up and keep going.
Man, Pastor, it's been an honor.
Man, this is an honor, man. I thank you, my brother.
I thank you. I
Wow.
thank you, and I appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down with me, man, and have this one-on-one conversation. And like I said, I know for a fact you gave some encouragement, some words of wisdom, some things that's
Wow.
gonna move people, and I hope
Wow.
they take heed to it. Um, I'm gonna promote this big because I got to keep pushing this because people need to hear this.
That's,
You know,
man, you're doing a great job, coach. I'm serious, you're doing a great job. And when I saw you, when I saw that you started the podcast, I'm like, yep, it was a wrap. That's all it was, just because you get in your element. You never know what you can do until you get into that environment. And man, you doing it, coach. I'm serious. This is
you
good,
man,
man.
and I'll be honest with you, didn't want to do it,
Yeah, I already
and
know. Yeah.
at that tap on the shoulder, it was right after my father passed, and
Yep.
God was said, "Tell people how you feel."
Yep.
I'm like, with what? Then my phone rung. I'm like, huh? It's kind of like what you said. It was weird.
Yep.
Answer when nobody there. Like, what the heck is going on?
What is this?
Yeah. And so I just started recording and talking.
Wow.
And one thing led to another. This season 3 of the More Than the Coach. And me and my wife started one where we talk about relationships, love, and life. And
That's good.
so it's branching off, man. And I just wanted to continue to grow with it and actually look at my next phase in life after basketball. You know,
Wow. That's awesome.
uh,
Yes, sir.
so but hey, it was an honor, Pastor. And like I said,
Likewise.
getting back with you about this black man movement I'm about to have
Yes, sir.
coming
I'm down with it, man. I got your back.
to get you in and come and sit down at the barbershop with these guys, man. I'm gonna have distinguished as 3 episodes where it's gonna be 3 different groups.
Awesome.
Kind of like, trying to make it the right way
Yeah.
with some public leaders in our community as well as normal everyday men,
Yep.
that have something to say that don't say it,
Right.
but they want to say it. So that should be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that. So,
Awesome,
Pat,
man.
with that being said, like I said, you keep me in the loop on the shoe drive.
Yes,
I'm there.
sir.
Me and my wife make sure we there helping out again. And at
Cool.
the same time, if you need anything from me, let me know. You need some community service, I get them boys together and we
Yes,
get the
sir.
work. And it's been an honor, Pastor, to have you on the show tonight.
Man, God bless you, my brother, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. God bless you and you have a good one. You and
You
the
too.
family, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Pastor. All right, take it easy now. So once again, y'all, that was Pastor Elvin Owens on tonight's More Than the Coach podcast. I told y'all it was gonna be some things on there being said that was gonna move you. And man, it was powerful tonight. I thank Pastor. But before we get out of here, I do wanna also remind everybody that we talked about, the August 5th. They got the in the morning from 12 p.m. to 6. You got the Gospel Fest going on. And then later on that evening, you got the Comedy Jam put on by Twan Williams. That's going to be downtown at the Joke uh, Center, right across the street from the Dial Event Center. It's an outside thing, Rip Your Elementary and everything. So you got to do that. And then another positive thing that's coming our way, the second annual, August 19th, it's a big kickball game. Last year, if y'all from Saginaw, you know how big Hoyt Field is, Hoyt Park. You couldn't get in there and park. Cars was from one end to the other end and all over the place. But it was a beautiful thing. It's a peaceful event put on by my man Chucky Lawrence. Y'all got to come out and support it. He got some other things going on. Prior to that event, you're gonna see a lot of people from Saginaw that moved away come back, you know, playing the game or just sit in their lawn chairs, enjoy good entertainment, eat good, clean drinks, but at the same time, it's all about safety. So we gonna have it safe and everything. So y'all, Saginaw doing a lot of positive things. Even though people say Saginaw ain't all that, but Saginaw got a lot of positive things in it. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show, and I hope something that was said tonight by Pastor move you, touch you, and got you motivated to do something good. So y'all keep it up. Y'all, thank you for all that support. I appreciate it. And all I want to do is continue to get better. And like I said, stay tuned for a couple of special things coming up from the More Than the Coach podcast. And this your boy, Coach Marshall. And y'all have a blessed night. Peace.